Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This is a brand new home channel for me. I do already have a gardening channel if you follow me on that. It's called The Wild Gardener, but this channel is mainly about my house and kind of documenting my journey through depression and mental health and keeping up the housework. So this video is mainly just to be a reminder to myself really of like how far I've come. About 12 months ago, something like that, I was a massive hoarder. My house was like all over the place. I was working really long hours as a cleaner and I was cleaning other people's houses fine and getting like 5-star reviews and everything. And I was coming home and I was like, I can't keep up with my own house, it's just too much. And I just couldn't do it, and it just got so bad, and it got to the point where I was like, right, I'm going to just do something about this before my house just like takes over basically. So a little bit about me. I have 2 children. My eldest, Oliver, is nearly 18, and he's, you know, pretty independent on his own. He's got his own room and I don't do his room. He does whatever he wants in his room. He's pretty tidy. He does eat his dinners and stuff upstairs, but he brings his plates down every day. You know, he's a teenager. He can do what he wants. That's his little private space up there. So I don't do anything in Olive's room. I have a younger son called Ben, who's 12, nearly 13, and he has complex disabilities. So he can't walk, he can't talk, he can't feed himself, he wears nappies, he doesn't sleep very well, he has autism, cerebral palsy, epilepsy, you know, lots of things like that. So he is very reliant on me. So around my job and around him being at school, I am his full-time carer. I only get respite nights 2 nights a month, and most of those times I'm spending frantically cleaning the house like a mad woman. As you can see behind me, I've started a lot of DIY projects. So basically what happened was I spiraled into a really bad depression. I have bipolar, and I had a really bad depressive episode a long time ago, over a year ago now. I'm stable now, I'm really good, in a really good place. Don't need medication, not with a psychiatrist, nothing like that. So my mental health is really good, but the house is just gone. And basically when I had a bit of a manic episode, I decided to decorate the entire house. Got halfway through each project, couldn't focus on one thing long enough, got fed up and bored because I got halfway through it and started on something else. So as I take you around the house, you'll see that there's like projects started and not finished. And this is my documentation of my journey getting the house clean and tidy. It's not really perfect, it's a lived-in house. I'm not going to be one of these Instagram people with the really nice all grey living room with matching cushions and a nice fur throw rug. That's not going to happen. I've got 2 kids of my own. My boyfriend has 3 kids. They don't live with me, but they do come over for like dinners and stuff. So the house gets, you know, it's got kids in it. It just gets trashed at the weekends. So this is my documentation of organising. So everything is organised, decluttering, and redecorating. I will insert some photos of what the house looked like about a year ago. Since then, I have come a long way. I have had so many compliments about how nice and clean and tidy and organised my house is. I don't feel like it's finished. There's a lot to go. There's a lot of decorating to do. I mean, I'm not going to show you upstairs today. That's going to be for another time. I'm just going to show you downstairs. The upstairs is currently having a new bathroom fitted. We're having the bedroom redecorated, and we're sorting out the spare room. Oliver had his bedroom decorated about 2 years ago, and his is how he wants it. We had new carpets put on the stairs and all that stuff. So it's mainly the downstairs. I'm going to show you around. At the moment, I'm going to show you what it looks like after my kids have gone to college and school in the morning. I also wanted to say I do run a side business, an Etsy shop. So some of my Cricut machine and some of my jewellery making stuff is out on the side. But what I'm going to show you now is what it looks like in the morning after my kids have gone to school and I've gone to work or the supermarket or wherever I'm going in the morning. And then I'm going to video myself cleaning and tidying it, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, before the kids get home and all chaos commences, and then it goes back to how it was in the morning. But yeah, if you want to follow my journey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate all the likes and follows, or like any advice you've got. I love following other organisational channels. I love following other YouTubers like Carly Elizabeth, Gemma Louise Miles, Clutter Free Zone. I follow all of those and I find them really inspirational. If I'm having a bit of a flump and I don't really feel like getting up and cleaning, so I'm going to start off in the kitchen. So we've got quite a big kitchen. It was all adapted for my son who's a wheelchair user. So obviously that goes out to the garden. We don't have a lot of light in here. They're the only 2 windows that we have, so it does get very dark. It's now 2:30 in the afternoon. I've got the lights on already. So yeah, it is a mess. It was tidy yesterday. And I was happy with it yesterday, but there's a lot of washing up to do. There's a lot of laundry lying around. So as you can see, there's a lot of organisational to do. There's also not a lot of kitchen side space. So this here is where I keep all my canned foods, my juices, my crisps, cereals, things like that. That's where I keep my shoes. Yeah, so when this kitchen was built, they didn't put a lot of space in, considering I had 2 children. We've only got one. That's a half cupboard. That's a half cupboard. 2, 3, 4, 5, and that little cupboard up there. That's all the cupboards we've got. So I've had to make shift and buy this unit to keep some of my pots and pans in, put the microwave on, etc. My son has medication. They're his dietary milkshakes, so I don't have anywhere to store those at the moment. A lot of my craft stuff is in here, and my air fryer and things like that. Obviously the strimmer shouldn't be in here, it should be in the shed. But as you can see, I've started to wallpaper the kitchen. I'm not the best wallpaper in the world. As you can see here. My boyfriend is, I put this before I met my boyfriend. I've been with my boyfriend about 7 months, and he's amazing. He does loads on the house, and he's really good at decorating. So he said he's going to redo that for me, or at least show me how to do it myself. Yeah, there's always stuff on the drainer. My cigarettes, yeah, should have those out. You know, bits on my earring makers, my Cricut, my cup of tea stuff. So that stuff's going to be sorted out. And then I will take you into, this is the downstairs wet room that was adapted for my son. Yeah, it's a big space, but again, not much storage. But it's good. Everybody uses it. We love it. A lot of DIY decorating stuff needs doing out here. Yeah, there's an old mirror up there and some pictures that needs decorating. And then into the lounge, which is very small. Yeah, new sofa, but there's food already on it. We have a hoist in here for my son. That lifts him up and down off the floor. Again, not a lot of storage. This window looks out onto my neighbour's gate, his garden. Don't ask me about that. That was like that when I moved in, and it's council property, so you know, these strange things happen. TV, fire, and that is the other window, but as you can see, it has a massive hedge in front of it, so we don't get a lot of light. The flooring, we are having new flooring put down in here soon. So I will take you out to my son's room. So this is the hall. Again, not much storage. This cupboard wasn't here originally. It was only put in about a year ago. I had to have this put in myself because underneath there was just a gap under the stairs. And it just annoyed me because you could see everything. And I don't know whether I can open the cupboard. It's full of stuff, Christmas decorations, hoovers, random bits and pieces. That goes up to my stairs. Again, no storage. Front door. This is my son's bedroom. I keep this pretty clean and tidy, to be fair, because he's 12, but he can bum shuffle, he can't walk or crawl, so he needs everything to be sort of safe and, you know, clean and tidy for him. So I've got this cupboard for all his medication, his wet wipes and nappies, some bits and bobs in there. Have to store his buggy in here. That buggy's an adult sized buggy, so you can imagine how big that is. This is a medical bed. It goes up and down and all sorts of positions. So yeah, the bed is huge, but that will last him right up until he's an adult. Had some privacy on the windows because it's all downstairs. Again, I've really decluttered in here and I'm quite proud of how this is. The decorating, I did actually start that last week and I'm finishing it this afternoon. I'm not the best decorator, but I've given it a go and he chose the colour himself. Excuse that bit there, that will be painted over. All his pictures, his hoist. Here there were some posters that I've taken down. They were just stuck up with blue tack. So yeah, you can see how I've been decorating in here. His little sensory corner. So yeah, this room is not finished. I'd like all matching furniture, but it's usable. It's a safe place for him to play. Everything's screwed to the walls. The boxes he can't get to. The lights there, I've taken those off just while I paint around it and I'm going to stick them back on. Yeah, he can't get to the plug sockets because it's up there and he can't reach. Yeah, but there's still much more that I'd like to do here. So that's a quick tour of my house of the downstairs. So you can see there's quite a lot of stuff. I will insert some photos if I haven't already, just to show you what the kitchen looked like on a tidy day 12 months ago. With my son's room, it's never been like dirty or anything like that. It's just has a lot of stuff in. I mean, he has a wheelchair, a posture chair, a shower chair. He had a standing frame. He's got a medical bed. He's got medical supplies. He gets 4 or 5 boxes of nappies a month. Every 2 weeks we get 2 massive trays. There's 120 milkshakes in there. He gets bagged medication. He's got a buggy for you know, if we go on country parks. He's got a buggy for the supermarket. He's got a buggy for everything. So he has a lot of stuff. Finding storage for that stuff is difficult. I live in a very old council house. It used to be a police station in the 50s, and then after that it was a mental health rehabilitation place. So it had all fire doors and fire exits and everything when I moved in. And then for many years, like 10 years, I didn't really decorate it. I did bits and pieces, but it was never to how I wanted it. I wanted nice, pretty, floral, girly. I like shabby chic stuff. You know, stuff like that. So, and then I got really depressed. I worked through it, I got help and all that, but my house is still suffering. I met my boyfriend, my partner Kirk, in March 2022. So we've been together 7 months and he's a massive help. He really gets stuck in. He doesn't judge me if the house is a mess. If I have a day where I just want to lay in bed all day because I feel like crying or I'm tired or whatever, he won't tell me off. He'll just come and get stuck in. So he's been a massive help. He does loads of DIY around the house, which is really nice. Yeah, and he actually, instead of just doing stuff, he actually shows me how to do things. Like, he'll show me how to fit the sink, he'll show me how to plaster, he'll show me how to put the curtain thing up. He'll show me how to wallpaper. So I've got those skills for myself as well, which is really nice. But yeah, I've got myself into a much better routine now. Every day it takes me an hour to clean the downstairs to a good standard. Whereas before I would get so paralysed it would take me 3 days just to clean the kitchen. I could just about keep up with loads in the dishwasher because there was plates loaded on the side. It was ridiculous. But now I have so many nice comments on. I know obviously I've just shown you it's a bit mess, but when the house is tidy, when I'll show you later, I get loads of comments about how far I've come. So yeah, if you're interested in following my journey, subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up because that would really help me. And leave lots of comments for me, like, you know, any sort of tips or hints or anything like that, or channels that I can follow, or if you know, if you want me to follow you or whatever. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you.